Welcome back to the Boundary Corner podcast. I'm Curtis Wilson.
I'm Brian Siegler, buddy. How you doing tonight, man? We got a big one tonight.
Happy Hump Day first. Happy Hump
Hey.
Day. Happy Hump Day.
Cheers. Cheers.
Buddy, we do have a big one tonight. Our friends, I'll call them that, Jonathan Talley, Tallybans, and Dr. Jeremy Counts, Hokey Pharmacist on Twitter, are going to join us in just a few minutes. Dude, I'm so ready for this. State of the program with two lifelong fans, a graduate, someone from out of the footprint too, to get even more perspective. Dude, I'm ready for this tonight.
Yeah, I'm really fired up. We had Jeremy on last year in a completely different different type of episode, considering where we were right after the Whit presser there. So we've come full circle a little bit. We're gonna hit a little bit of a retro of this past season real quick, and then we're gonna get into kind of everything that we've been covering the last few weeks. So we're gonna talk coaches. We're gonna talk early signing day. We're going to talk recruiting. We're going to talk kind of some future outlook going into 2022. So it's going to be a fun night tonight.
Absolutely. And you guys who are out there on social media, if you have questions, ideas, thoughts, pop them to us. We'll definitely bring it up with these guys. But before we bring them on, we want to go ahead and get this out of the way early. We want to go to our digital partners for a brief message, because once we get this done, it's all gas.
As we take a quick break, we'd like to tell you about getting your free website report from our digital partner, Grassroots Digital Marketing Studio. They'll tell you how your website ranks on Google, on-site SEO, and social media. No commitment to buy anything. You can get your free report by visiting grassrootsdigitalstudio.com/free-website-report. Now back to the episode.
All right, Brian. So without further ado, let's bring on Talley and Jeremy.
What's up, fellas? How you doing tonight?
What up? What up? What's going on?
How's everybody doing on this Wednesday night, hump day, drinky drinks? Everybody work today?
We good.
Y'all work today?
Oh, yeah. We're living good. I don't know if you want to call it work, but I went there.
They might be paying me today.
You pulled your Marshawn Lynch?
That is. I showed up.
Nice. Well, listen, guys, this was in the making. Jeremy joined us last year about this time. Completely different circumstances this year. Tally's been consistently messaging us saying he wants to come on. He wants to come on. You have, and you're on now. We appreciate it.
I'm on this motherfucker. Right. I'm here.
So
Talley been running the spaces on Twitter for a bit now, and that's had some really good buzz. We had a lot of former players jump in there. Really good conversation, really good perspective on kind of what was going on with the program as we closed out the Fuente era, as we were looking towards who the next coach was going to be. So we definitely appreciate you for kind of running that show and getting kind of bringing everybody together on that front.
Running that show and giving people a voice. I know you let me speak. I know Brian spoke. You let people have the voice, Talley, doing that. Which is really good because you get to hear different perspectives. So I'm going to ask this. Jeremy, we know your background. We found it out last year. Everybody knows. Talley, you live in Alabama. Explain to us three how the hell you became a Hokie fan.
Hey, man, I'm a fat motherfucker. I just asked somebody around town who had the best food. They said Blacksburg. So that's all I got to do. Nah, man, So I got a brother. He's my blood brother. He's 12 years older than me, and he went to the Navy right out of high school. So he was stationed up in Virginia. So whenever we would go see him and shit that he would send me, it was always Virginia Tech stuff. He sent me stuff for my birthday, for Christmas, stuff like that. He sent me Virginia Tech stuff. Like I said, he was, 12 years older than me, so I'm 36. Around that time when he was there that's when Virginia Tech was popping. You know what I'm saying? That was the Michael Vick era, all of that. So I just started following the program from then on. I was about 6 during that time. So from then on, and I mean, he was a Virginia Tech fan while he was there. He doesn't follow college football quite as avid as I do now, but he still loves the area and talks about Virginia Tech more than any other college team. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Nice. So you kind of got to experience a little bit of everything from kind of the rise into the glory days, and now the last decade's kind of been up and down at best. So you kind of seen a little bit of everything then.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a wild ride, man. I mean, I get, like when I first started going on like the Facebook pages and stuff like that, because most people, they ask me how are you from Alabama, and a lot of people fuck with you because I talk, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't meet a stranger. When I got in the Facebook groups, most people ask that question. They's like, you from fucking Alabama? First of all, they say you from Alabama, and then they say some fucked up shit. And I'm like, I'm from Virginia, motherfucker. I done been there. Y'all fuck each other's sisters too. We all do the same shit. You know what I'm saying? But like when I got in the Facebook groups and stuff, people ask me, it's cool you're an Alabama fan, but why wouldn't you root for Alabama or Auburn? Because they've seen national championships in your lifetime. And I was like, man, you love what you love, man. I mean, I guess I'm a glutton for punishment. You know what I mean? So that's just not the teams I fell in love with. It's hokey till I die. That's what it is. I mean, I went to Jacksonville State University, so I went there to play football, and I follow Virginia Tech more than I do my own alma mater. So it is what it is, man. It's been a fun ride, though.
Nice. Jeremy, and just in case somebody does not know about, what is your quick background of how you became a Hokie fan? Or a Hokie, not a Hokie?
I mean, I'm originally from Dickinson County, Virginia, and I came to VT in 2004, and it was, just from then on. I was there for a lot of the glory days. And I went there, fell in love in Blacksburg, and I was like, I don't want to fucking leave. And so I just kind of didn't. And now I own the pharmacy in downtown, own Main Street Pharmacy, and I sponsor the programs I love, and I get to live the life. I can't ask for much more.
Nah, you can't, man. And you are the king there. I still I need to see a picture of you one day with the crown walking down Main Street. I feel like that. Tell me the truth, y'all. Could y'all see Jeremy doing a commercial with the pharmacy, like walking down Main Street, crown, maroon and orange on?
Oh, it's been discussed. Emily pretty much made me retire the crown after I embarrassed the fuck out of her during the Miami game. I actually got the crown and the spurtle and everything, the chain right up there on my little pirate.
Wait a second. Was this during COVID?
Yeah, that was the turnover. That's the turnover spurtle game.
Yeah, and then we lost, so I retired all of it. And then it was like, "You're never wearing that crown again."
She was just waiting for an excuse to get you to get out of that thing, man.
Yes.
She's like, she
finally
got tied to something Virginia Tech related. She's like, all right, it's cursed. You can't wear it anymore.
See, she definitely played that up after we lost. She did not want me near it. No, it's like my fucking the crown was something I bought. It's like my lordship title. I'm technically a lord. I got drunk and bought it and forgot about it, and then I had this title show up in my house. I'm like, I'm a fucking Lord of Scotland for some fucking reason. And then the crown, I forgot I ordered it. I got shit-faced and ordered a crown off of like fucking Etsy or some shit. And I'm like, I guess I got a crown now.
You had to make it official.
Had to make it official. That's wild.
Why not? Then I was like, I'm going to do the thing.
So clearly, we all are in that same age group. We probably, at some point between 2003 and like the last 20 years, 18 years, we probably have all passed each other at a game, at a tailgate, downtown. That's the crazy part. That's like, we sit here, we're all roughly the same age, 4 or 5 years maybe difference. At some point in time, we crossed each other's paths. We didn't know it until social media, chat, somebody follows you, listens to your podcast, starts popping in on you. And that's the crazy part. And it's awesome to see, like Talley, we mentioned earlier with Talley doing the spaces, how the community came together, because y'all, let's be for real. The last year, a Virginia Tech football fan community, we were a house divided. We were at each other's throats. And let's start by looking back first. Let's go back to August. what was y'all's kind of preseason expectation record? How good are we going to do, etc.? And Tally, you started off. What did you think going into the season, where we were heading?
And when the season started, I think I was somewhere around 84. I mean, I felt like, for lack of better terms, I feel like we were some shit, but I feel like everybody else was some shit as well. So I'm always going to bet on my team being the better shit than the other team. You know what I mean? So it was too many 50-50 games, and I was like, well, shit. You know, we played West Virginia. They some shit. We still beat them. A couple of things like that. So I was thinking 8-4, which I wasn't, happy with.
Yeah.
I'm not happy with an 8-4 season. I feel like, of course, I want to get to the ACC championship at least every year.
Yeah.
You want to do more than that, but I say ACC championship if I can get there as a fan, like I feel good. But I was thinking 8-4 is probably where we were, but we had chances to do it, but I know we'll touch on that later on.
Oh yeah, Jeremy, where about you? Where were you? Tally was 8-4.
I thought we were a 9-win team.
9-win. You were with me.
And if you look at the games that we probably should have won, we were a 9-win team.
True. So
yeah, you were right with Curtis. I was right with Tally. I was about 8 wins. I figured we'd get about 50% of the toss-ups. I figured about 6 games on the schedule were pretty much book 'em wins. We ended up losing one of those, so that kind of fucked us. But we didn't get to any of our expectations. As we saw the season play out, we saw
we did get the song. He out of here.
There we go.
Go ahead. Sorry.
There we go.
Well, we came out and we did do the one thing I said we were going to do. Those guys were focused on UNC all fucking off season, laser focused. I knew we were going to come out and smack them in the goddamn mouth, and we did. But they were straight up pretenders. But even if they weren't pretenders, I still think we would have smacked them in the mouth and won that game.
I think we would have too. I think the atmosphere that night, which it was pretty cool. You were there, Jeremy. John, you went over to Hardywood. Tally, I'm assuming you were at home, right, with me?
Yeah,
we were at home. Mm-hmm. That atmosphere that night, I felt like after all the shit that had happened the previous, 15 months, 6 o'clock on ESPN, and they showed that stadium, that sea of orange. For an instant, you felt like we are getting back to normal. That place rocked. Sam Howell couldn't hear himself. Mac didn't know what to do. And you're right. We came straight out, popped him in the mouth. It should have been uglier. It should have been a lot uglier than 17-10. But we'll digress about that. But like we all said, we had these 8-9 win expectations, and then it's not getting there. And it's not getting there. At what point in the season was y'all's breaking point? And I know most of us had breaking points last year in 2020. Talk to me after Liberty when I was about 6 sheets to the wind in this room, telling Brian, F him, I'm done, it's over. But what was yours this year? What was the one where you're like, okay, that's it? Jeremy, you lead on this one.
Pitt, just like it was last year. Last year, I got shit-faced drunk at Frankantina's, and I talked to – it was Andrew Alex and Nathan Brennan, a bunch of their friends who were still in school at VT, and I'm drunk, and I will not let them leave because I'm telling them the importance of donating and getting involved. You got to hear Andrew tell the story because they're like, and then there's drunk-ass Jeremy, like, screaming at these college kids that they got to donate more money, and they're broke as fuck.
They're probably there drinking on somebody else's dime, and you're telling them they got to donate to the program.
I know, exactly. I was shit-faced, but it was the same as this year. It was the Pitt game. And my issue was you came out, and we talked about that UNC game. That UNC game, it was a religious experience. We're coming back, and that was our first game back from COVID. And for me, being in healthcare for the last 2 years, that was a big fucking deal to me. And so I'm back. I cried like 5 times that game. It was insane. Like it meant a lot to me. And Emily was just like, okay, like you're doing good. Even Emily like got involved, and she like, it felt like the old days again. It felt right. And we were finally fucking back. And then we looked good for a while. And then the wheels started coming off. And I don't blame our guys. Our guys, they played hard. They're great. We have a lot of talent on the team, but we had issues with depth. We had issues with scheme. We had a lot of issues, and it really started showing its head I really feel like we had a lot shown on us that Pitt game because that was the only game it felt like we were straight up outplayed.
Yep. What about you, Talley? You on the same wavelength, or was it before or after?
Nah, man. It was, for me, honestly, it was like, I hate to say it was Middle Tennessee, but
shit.
If you want to say like a breaking point, it was West Virginia.
Okay.
Because going in, and I can say, to segue into it, like the Middle Tennessee game, it was a team that we should have dominated.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We beat them, what was it, 35-10, 35-14, something like that. You got to have somebody go for 150 yards, we needed something like that. So going into that West Virginia game, I was already kind of teetering on that edge. And then to lose a game like that and to put up a showing like that against them motherfuckers, like, I was fucked up, and I was done. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, I've been to West Virginia one time, and you got it. Like I tell people all the time, like, I'm from Alabama. I've seen a lot of fucked up shit. West Virginia is a fucked up place. Like, Princeton, West Virginia, I was nervous. I'm 6'2", 370 pounds. Like, it ain't much that scare me when it comes to, like, people looking at you.
Yeah.
In West Virginia, they got some crazy looking motherfuckers around there, man. I was like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? I got my Virginia Tech shit on. It was when we played, Duke 2 years ago. I came up to go to the Duke game, the game that we got embarrassed in. And I was going to stay with my boy, Big Drink. And his in-laws lived in West Virginia at that time. So, long story short, man, like being in West Virginia and kind of seeing that area, it ain't that I like hate the people, but they just some ugly motherfuckers and I don't like them. You know what I'm saying?
Lord.
And when we lost that game, because I was talking shit before the game, I talk shit before every game, but once we lost that game, the way we lost it, it was like the rest of the season. I was like, man, I don't have no confidence in nothing. You know what I mean? So that was my breaking point for this year.
Yeah, that game pissed me off for two reasons. It pissed me off that we came out as flat as we did and played so awful, and then they let us back in, and then we can't close the damn deal. Like that, it pissed me off twice for two different reasons.
And can I say it was the whole tenure of the previous regime, right? They should have been so fucking up for that game. It would have been taught the importance of that fucking rivalry. You clearly show they weren't. Back to the Middle Tennessee State game. Same thing. Remember those games, especially, again, we're going back to the same era, like 2004. I can remember going and watch Florida A&M play, and Tech was up like 38-0 before halftime. It was over. It was over before the end of the first quarter. You just squish them and you move on.
Right.
But I'm still at the Pitt game. I'm with Jeremy. I'm at the Pitt game because the Pitt game, all right, we're 3-2, right? We're still in the ACC race. Everything's still in front of us. We
controlled our own destiny at that point.
We controlled our own destiny. The crowd was lit. It was a 3:30 game. And we come out and just look dreadful. And again, the defense, to hold that offense to 28 points, they played their nuts off that game. And the offense literally just was like, had its thumb in its mouth, walking around like a baby. Like, what are we supposed to do? And it was.
They had no counter. Pitt punched us in the dick, and they had zero counter punch.
Yep.
On offense, they did not know what else to do.
I still have not watched the Pitt game. I watched highlights of it. My boy was getting married that game, and my son had a tournament. So I was back and forth between about an hour distance driving, hour to my son's game, hour to the wedding, back to my son's game, back home, and I didn't get to watch any of the game. And somebody was telling me, like, man, the defense played good. I said, we got the shit beat out of us. Like, how did the defense play good? So then I looked at a little bit of the highlights. I was like, damn, okay, we was still in it, at this time. And, it looks like the crowd was hyped. But by the end, I don't miss a Virginia Tech game. No matter what, I'm going to have it on my phone or something. But I was checked out. So, I was already done.
It was you.
Yeah. I was hanging out, man. I was ready to get this shit over with.
Yeah,
like
Talley was done in Middle Tennessee. He's like, yeah, I ain't gonna go out of my way at this wedding.
We just need to go ahead and lose 5 or 6 games in a row.
Middle Tennessee. Like
What?
Mitchell went down, and Mitchell would have been like the deciding factor in a lot of those games, especially West Virginia when we couldn't score inside the fucking 10.
That was
Mitchell would
another
have
thing.
been
Yeah,
useful. Fuck, we lost to Middle fucking Tennessee.
No, he played Middle Tennessee. He got hurt at West Virginia. He got wet.
No.
Yes, he did. He got hurt at the West Virginia game.
Did he?
He got hurt.
No,
He got hurt.
I thought it was the end of Middle Tennessee on a jet sweep.
I was there.
Yep. He got hurt. He got hurt in the Middle Tennessee game. That was another reason why it was kind of a, like I said, a buzzkill. Yeah, he didn't play in the West Virginia game at all.
Shout out.
Yeah.
They lied to us all week.
Oh yeah,
They told us, hey, he may be all right, but
was it? It came out like Thursday that he was done.
Yeah.
They said Monday was like, yeah, he's day to day. Then Thursday, yeah, he's done.
Yeah.
Come on,
Why didn't we have that information on Monday? I don't think there's any new
didn't.
information that we.
Because we
We
had
was
to keep
dealing
it
with some
secret.
grade A liars.
Yeah.
Because we had to keep it secret. Y'all are probably right. I don't remember. Probably was in a stupor. All right. So I'm going to throw something at y'all. And I told you I was going to throw it at you. Jeremy, you said it earlier. We thought 9-3. We lost 3 games by literally last plays of the game. West Virginia, Notre Dame, and Syracuse.
Yep.
Flip-flop those games. We're 9-3. What happens?
Heesh, that's hard to say.
We
I
don't
think
win
we
the
made the
coast.
right call. Honestly, if we were 9-3, I think Witt would have let it go another year just because, we got really lucky getting Pry. But this could have turned out really bad for us in the coaching market because it's fucking crazy this year. And we're really, really fortunate that the portal is so fucking open, especially with so many people leaving.
Yep.
And this year will be looked back. It is unprecedented, the amount of turnover. Brian Kelly left fucking Notre Dame to go to LSU. That's the most insane shit I've ever heard in my life. What else can happen this fucking year? Bronco just up and retired.
He's like, nah, I'm good. He pulled his Urban Meyer move, man.
Yeah, it's just like, what do you do there?
So what do you think? What do you think happens 9-3? Now, what happens 9-3? We beat UVA. We're 9-3. We're going to Orlando. We're going to
one more year. That's what I think would have happened.
One more year. You think the same,
One
or
more
do you
year,
think
or
you
What's that?
I was saying, Talley. What does he think? 9-3.
Man, if you flip flop them games, we lost to West Virginia. If we flip flop that, Notre Dame and Syracuse game,
Yeah.
All under less than 5-point losses.
Yeah, so Syracuse came after Pitt. So I don't even want to get to the Syracuse game.
Okay.
But Syracuse came after Pitt. So if we go into the Pitt game undefeated, and Pitt comes in how they came in, does, game day come to Blacksburg?
Oh.
Does game day come there? Do we have that? I don't know. But even if that happens and then we lose to Pitt in the same fashion and then we beat Syracuse, I'm jacking off on camera if that would have happened. You know what I'm saying? That's what would have happened, first of all. But
Don't make me make an edit.
I don't even know I don't even know if we're gonna make it to the end of the season. If we go into the Pitt game and we undefeated, that means we beat Notre Dame. Like all of the shit would have went right.
Exactly.
So honestly, I don't even know how I would have felt. I don't know what they would have kept Fuente. You know what I mean? I guess he would have earned it if we win those games.
Ish.
But right, but I don't know. I don't even know how I would feel because I'm to the point right now where you're just so numb to shit. You know what I mean? Like you're used to losing those close games. Who didn't think, anybody on this call, anybody who listened to the podcast, who didn't think any of these games that we played in was going to end the way they did? It's like watching the Notre Dame game. We're up. You up. I went to the Georgia Tech game and we're up by 10, 13 points and you're looking like, I didn't seen this shit before.
This ain't safe.
Like you get an odd number of points, and that shit is nerve wracking. You know what I'm saying? Your balls is in your stomach. You don't know what to do. Your asshole's tight because we're gonna lose it. Yeah. And if we end up pulling those games out, it's like, have we turned the corner now? So I can't even answer your question. I don't know how I would have felt.
You don't even feel. Yeah, you don't. That's kind of how I was feeling. I was like, obviously, it's a record where it's a hard choice to make if you're Witt. it's hard to fire a guy that just comes off 9-3, but I don't know if I necessarily feel better about the program at 9-3 if we had won those games the way we won it. So I'm, in short,
you do. It's the same thing we do every fucking year. We would have talked ourselves into it because we would have been 9-3. We would have had a top 25 recruiting class, and we'd have been like, "This is it. We're on the track back." We would have done that. We would have. We do.
And then the thing is, and then the thing is, like, if you really get into the question, if we get to that point, you know what I'm saying? Do we get to the ACC championship?
Yeah.
I mean, you get to the ACC championship this year. If we, something happens and it's different, and we get to the ACC championship and we play Wake.
Yeah.
I mean, Wake is Wake.
It probably would have came down to the tiebreaker since we lost. Would have still lost the Pitt in the hypothetical there, so they would have still took it. But I mean,
it's crazy.
And we probably still, knowing our ass here, we play that we get a 9-3 record, then we get blown out in the damn bowl game and look like ass, and we feel like we took 2 steps forward and 1 step back.
Right.
Fire everybody again.
I talked to some of the bigger donors, and it was that a lot of them would have been okay because a lot of them are old enough to remember whenever people wanted to let go of Beamer around this time. And they were kind of conditioned to that, and they saw a recruiting class. If we would have went 9-3 and went to the ACC championship game, Fu would have had another year.
Yeah, he would have had another year.
Yeah.
All right.
That would have been a real hard ass. I'm with you. You'd have to have a steel set of balls to fire Coach 9-3 with a team that hadn't won an ACC title since 2010.
Yeah. Right.
And only played in 2 games or 2 ACC championships, but obviously it didn't happen, and we moved on. And I think we're all happy. I think we were already seeing. I think today was that big there you go. But today,
free last.
We seen Brent Pry's presser. We saw today, and I think we all are happy because I think maybe we're going to get the access we as fans want. Nothing needs to be closed doors. All these people know what the hell's going on, and that's one reason I'm happy because I do think Pry coming up from Penn State, knowing his background, I think we're going to see a lot. Oh, yeah. We're definitely going to see him. He's out and about. Yep. Has he?
Well, the thing is, I never understood it coming from, I always look at what other people do and try to equate it to what I do. So I sell cars for a living, and I've been in management and I've been in finance and I've been all over the dealership. None of the shit makes sense to a customer unless you can show it to them. Yep. Somebody would tell me, hey, I want a car, but I don't want to pay this for it. Until they see it. You open the door, you put their ass in the seat, and everything changes. I want a $300 payment. You put them in the seat of a truck or a Tesla, and the next thing you know, they're walking out with a $1,000 payment. Seriously, I've seen it happen. Come in, hey, $350. That's the most I'm paying, and then boom, they find the right car for them. Yep. Leave out the payment's $900. The thing is. You close off access to a fan, but you ask them to donate, but you don't show them shit. Mm-hmm. It didn't make sense to me. I don't understand how that works. And, even with the little shit that Pry's done, like I said, I know we'll probably get into it a little later. The shit that they've done since they've been in, showing pictures on Twitter, tweeting with fans, taking pictures with fans, shit like that, already talking about a spring game. You close this shit off, you're closing money not only for the program, but Jeremy owns, Main Street Pharmacy. When you got people coming into town, they're going to want to go see him. They know him from Twitter. Yep. They're going to want to go spend money with him. But if you cutting off people coming in, being able to do that, it don't matter if it's one day for you. That's one day of business that people could get. I never understood that. So once that shit happened, when I start seeing them doing shit like that, I'm like, the business plan, fuck football. The business plan don't make sense to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's crazy. I feel like Pry's at least saying the right thing so far, listening to what he's saying. The business aspect of what they're trying to do makes sense.
Yeah.
People's going to open up their wallets and their pocketbooks, pull money from under their titties, wherever they get it from, to donate a little bit more.
Well, it seems like they're actually selling a product now. Before it's you'll see it in the fall. Now it's all right, well, this is your program year round. Here's what we're doing. Here's what we're about. And here you are. It's not just what shows up on ESPN on Saturday or what shows up on the ACC network for the folks that get it. At least finally the Comcast folks will finally get that shit in a couple weeks here. But
exactly.
A little too late. I dropped Comcast over that bullshit.
Yeah, well, I haven't. I cut the cord a while back. So
me too.
Saving a ton of money. Fuck them.
Tons of money, tons of sports. I got like 15 TVs I can put on anytime. But I like the way you made that point, Talley, especially like Jeremy. Even if you don't know Jeremy on Twitter, and I'm sewing back, I go back to myself at 22. If I was downtown getting hammered, like, okay, I'm gonna have a hangover tomorrow. Oh, it's a pharmacy right here. Let me stumble in here and get some Advil so I don't have it as bad. But it makes sense. They look like they have a plan together. Where the other one, where Brian makes the point, we have spring season and we have fall. We have nothing in between, and we know. Fans aren't like that. We want to know constantly what's going on, updates and stuff like that.
Yes, so I think that's where the breakdown happens. And Pry is doing a great job. He's getting out in the community, and he's doing a lot of things. And don't get me wrong, you would see Fu out and about. Like, he would go and he'd get his haircut at, like, Brownstone Barber Shop, which is a few doors down from me. Like, you would see him out and about. Like, I've got, like, a signed thing from Fu thanking me for, like, taking care of a bunch of people in the athletic department. Like, He did do stuff. It's just it's like they didn't get social media and what they were supposed to be doing. Pry gets it, and Pry's also out there a lot more. I mean, I fucking met him his first day here, and he sent me a signed football. Dropped in today. Like, he gets it.
Damn,
you know,
that's awesome, Jeremy.
Fire.
All right, so let me ask this because we're gonna get to Pry in a second, and I got to know. Me and Brian, we threw ours out there. Y'all heard our list of about a month ago. Jeremy, who are your top three before we hired Pry? Who are the three names on your list?
Oh God, what was it? I was full on the boat. God, what was I saying?
Elko, Chadwell.
You were saying
no,
all types
it wasn't
of shit.
Fucking Chadwell or Hill. It wasn't fucking them. No,
It was
I wanted a fucking.
It was Huff.
We're on the Huff train.
Huff.
I wanted Huff, but Huff was my second. And before Huff, I really wanted. Well, I didn't think Venables was ever on the table, ever at any point. I'm actually surprised he left. It was
he
Huff.
sees the sinking ship.
Yes, I really wanted Huff. Pry was brought up a little bit, but I didn't really pay attention to it because I didn't hear anyone really talking about it, and. Now we know why, because Witt is fucking Witt, and he's good at what he does. But I wanted Huff a lot. If Huff fell through, I was actually semi-okay with Tony Elliott, even though this was not a great year for him. But you all knew I was on the Tony pony last year.
Yes, we did.
I would have been okay with that. I would have really liked Venables.
Jeremy, they said three.
I know. Fuck.
No, the top three.
I'm trying to work who was my number one? I can't even remember at this point.
Was Freeman in there? Did you have Freeman in there?
I had Freeman in there, but he wasn't my top choice.
Okay.
Right.
I like Freeman a lot. He was definitely my top three. Who was it before Huff, though?
Was it Napier?
I wanted Napier. See, I've already forgot about him. He came. He went to fucking Florida.
After the Florida press conference, you're like, all right, I can't. Nah, I'm gonna erase that.
Y'all better start listening. I told y'all.
Yeah.
Tried to tell you.
He came out and he was just like, "Oh well, we'll do that. Don't worry about the stars and all this fucking bullshit." It's just like, fuck off.
Get the fuck out.
He was saying the wrong things and he was doing it low energy. It was such a weird presser.
What about 2 years Florida?
What about who are some of your guys that you like?
Me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I mean, Freeze was my number one. You know, I was throwing some wild shit out. I was like, Freeze, give me Lane Kiffin. Freeze, Kiffin, Tony Elliott, Huff. But it probably in the top three would be Freeze, then Huff, then probably Elliott after that would be my three.
Okay.
You didn't want Napier?
Fuck no. I told y'all. I said, listen, y'all keep telling me that Napier should be here. Napier, his attitude and how he moved and just things I seen reminded me too much of Fuente.
Okay.
You know, and no disrespect to that man, you know. He had a job to do. He came and did it. He just didn't do it how I like to do it. So you can get the fuck on. And I didn't want to bring another motherfucker in to act like him. That's what Napier seemed like to me. That was just me.
Yeah.
I'm just a fan.
No.
But now that we seen him have a presser, because I didn't look at no shit from Billy Napier for real until, people started saying, oh, we may have a chance. And I was looking at his record, and then I was looking at this, and I was arguing with people about why I didn't think he would be good. And they was like, oh, no, this is a good idea. Then he drops that presser. And I'm like, okay, see, I knew I got a bad vibe off that.
You knew it before.
Talley said, told you so. Told you so.
I need to ask
Look at it.
I don't know if y'all, the Sunday after UVA game, if y'all didn't listen to the episode, I was a nervous bleeping wreck because I wanted the coach named ASAP. Like, I need a coach. I need to know now. We all like me on nerves, pins and needles. Or Brian was like, it's okay. It's got to play out. And I'm like, no, Brian, we're going to get screwed. We're going to wind up with Chadwell or somebody like that as our next coach. And we're going to be like, this sucks.
We're on pins and needles. We talked about it that entire time.
Yeah,
we were a fucking wreck for weeks. It was awful. Jesus fucking Christ, it was terrible. Oh my God.
It was.
I was ready to have like a fucking nervous breakdown.
Exactly what he said. And then the longer it went on, people started getting more wild, and they was like, oh, JC should be the head coach. And I'm like, no disrespect to JC, but I was like, hey, y'all getting a little bit too wild. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just throwing shit
You're just throwing names now. You're just throwing names you like.
Man. I was like, bro, we throwing some stupid ass shit out. So
I know at one point we're making a joke. I was like, Brian, just throw your name in there. You might get that job.
Brian, you got it.
Man, y'all know when that, man, I was seeing some shit on Twitter and on the boards and shit, and I was like, oh my God, we gotta do something. Like I was getting nervous. I was with you, Curtis. I was fucked up.
Thank y'all.
I was playing wait and see. I figured Witt had something already in the works, and we were just kind of waiting for the right time. So I didn't think we were screwed. I just didn't know if I was going to like what the name was. So that was my concern.
What we would like is it wasn't going to be Justin Fuente. That was the only thing we were going to like. It wasn't going to be Fuente anymore. Then the Pry announcement comes through. Witt's sneaky ass drops it at 7:45 a.m. for all of us, and we all go crazy. I knew who he was. Brian knew who he was. We mentioned him on the pod as a dark horse. Did y'all know who he was? Like, y'all heard?
I didn't know who the fuck that man was. I had never heard the name. Well, I ain't gonna lie, I had heard the name.
Go ahead.
Because I listen to y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I listen to y'all and talk to y'all. That's the only reason. But, we got so much shit, which, I don't know, the listeners don't know how much we communicate and stuff, but we have so much wild shit going on in our group. You know what I'm saying?
You got to filter. You got to filter it sometimes.
You can't take some of the stuff. You can't take some of it. Literally. Like it's. So when I seen the name, I seen it before, but I ain't do no research. I didn't know who he was. I had never paid attention to Brent Pry before. It was like, okay, Brent Pry is our coach, and then I went, Brian, what the fuck do I need to know? Should I be happy or sad? Then this motherfucker starts hitting me with all kind of crazy shit. Well, look at this stat, and he did this, and he did this, and his dick is big, and I was like, oh, okay.
The worst 247 threads ever.
Bro, listen, man, Hokey Twitter is wild. You hear what I'm telling you? Like, y'all got to get y'all people under control up there, man. Y'all be acting like I be the one. No, Twitter is a wild place, man.
It is.
Although we did find out today that FSU has their own little lineup of characters too.
I think they make us look sane.
Yeah. FSU was a clusterfuck today. Oh my God. They made me feel better about our fan base. Our fan base.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Kieran went in, didn't he?
Yeah. He went hard. I wonder why they cut him off. I wanted to hear him.
Yeah, what was he about to say?
No, that would have been
He was about to blaspheme the name of Deion Sanders, I think.
Probably.
Somebody said a hard ER was coming in there. Somewhere.
Oh yeah.
So Jeremy, obviously you kind of got an idea who he was, but I know Talley, you just mentioned you went to Brian. Brian fed you some info. What about you? When you kind of started knowing, okay, who he is, what he is, what'd you think of him, Jeremy?
Well, the first thing that I looked at was what Penn State fans thought, and they were all distraught. Distraught. Like, we'd heard his name thrown around a little bit, but you all know how this fucking goes with everything. Well, we've been through this. Like, we know how this goes, where we're so fucking sure and we're hearing from all of our people and everyone's hearing from their people and we're all sitting around circle jerking each other about what we're going to do. Y'all know how it is. So it was hard to tell. And then it dropped and I was like, okay. And then I started looking into it and I did not realize what a great damn hire this was. This was a full-on, went under the radar hire during a year where actually getting like a big splash hire would probably not have been our best bet, because we would have ended up hiring like a big flashy name if we really wanted to and splurged on someone instead of actually going with a really good coach who comes from a really good program with actual experience in programs that know what they're doing on the P5 level, while also expanding what we're going to do with our staff, with our support positions, with our actual coaching staff. This was a great hire in every single way.
Talley, what do you think? What was your first thoughts?
After the hire?
Yeah.
Yeah, after the hire.
Yeah, so again, kind of starting, after I got a little bit of information, because at first I was like, we fucked up again. You know what I mean? Like, we got somebody that don't nobody know, it's going to be some bullshit. And then after I did a little bit of talking and listening and shit like that, like pretty much what Jeremy said, you looked into the roots of who the guy is and, where he came from, how long he's been doing it, the experience that he has, the connections that he has. This is before I feel like we'll get into, what happens when we actually hear him talk. Just looking at him on paper, I was like, okay, and then the next thing you want to know is who he's bringing with him and how much money did we spend on him? You know what I mean?
Yep.
No, just the initial shock of not knowing really much about him, but doing a little bit of research, I was like, yeah, it's a good hire. I still reserved saying it was a B+ hire. In my opinion, that's what I thought it was when we first took a look at it. It's changed a little bit now, but I thought it was a B+ hire.
Yep.
Yeah. And the thing I saw, I'll let you finish, Curtis. What do you got?
That's where we were. We were like at a B+. It was good. It was established guy. He'd been coaching 20+ years. He'd been at a big program. He'd recruited the shit out of the state of Virginia. But it was one of those things too. And the reason he had on our dark horse is we look back and he had that time at Virginia Tech in the 90s. He had a time during the foundation. And something that should have set me off, I got a buddy message me, said, this is going to be a John Beilein hire. And I didn't think anything of it. I just thought he'd have his hands in it. Literally, this is a John Beilein hire, right? If I'm pronouncing his name wrong, I'm sorry. But think about that. A guy who was here at the beginning of the run in the 90s and a kid who was here, his first big-time gig in the 90s here. 25 years later, he shows back up.
Yeah, the thing for me that I kind of noticed after the hire, and like I liked it initially. I wasn't like, again, it wasn't that flashy hire, but I like the fit. I like it from a culture standpoint. But like you were talking about, Jeremy, it's rare that when you look at media types talking about a hire, look at coaches talking about a hire, look at fans talking about a hire, and look at fans from the team that he's leaving talking about a hire, and it's pretty much a damn consensus that it's a home run. You don't see that shit often.
No.
Usually some corner of those four are going to be bitching and complaining about something. And
I mean, fans are idiots anyway.
Yeah, but usually you don't have the consensus of the fan base he's leaving, the media, and coaches and former players just raving about a hire. Like you don't usually get that type of consensus.
No.
True.
And this has been really good. And Pry has went out there and Pry's done his work. Like, the man is hokey to the bone. And man, it really flipped around. Like, we went from a lot of people being like, all it took was a little digging, even from our fan base, which a lot of times is really questionable. Even the people on the Facebook groups, which, good Lord in heaven, that is wow.
Facebook is a shit.
Those people. Wow.
Shout out to anyone listening on Facebook. We appreciate
Fuck
you.
Facebook.
Yeah.
But
what about
the groups there are a clown show.
Yeah, it's a clown show.
Like, so if you
No,
had
they
any
have
questions-
no clue what they're talking about. It's like watching toddlers explain how rockets work. They're so fucking stupid. But
Listen, I think one of my kids
even
could
they
actually
are
do that.
pretty happy about it. He's got all the roots. He's got everything else. I couldn't be happier about it. Like, we'll see how it all plays out in the long end, of course. But it's nice to have someone who gets our culture, and not to beat the B Hill drum too much. He always did have a point about culture. He really did. I don't quite agree with him on recruiting. And
My boy B Hill, man.
But
We've been preaching it.
yeah,
Stars don't matter.
culture has a lot to do with it. There's a reason we've embraced it so much, and that plays into it. The little things do play into it. More donation dollars, more support for the coach, more support for the program. That plays into everything, not just for the program itself, but also for the community. It means a lot to us. So having someone that gets it and really gets out there and does that is next level. That's something that means a lot, and I'm glad that Pry gets it.
Yep. We feel like he gets it. And, you talked about he went to the basketball games. He hit the ground recruiting pretty hard. I mean, he kept this class pretty well intact, and we'll hit that in a little while here. But when you just heard that opening presser, he's got a little of it's a Virginia drawl. There's going to be arguments about it. It's a Virginia drawl.
It's a Virginia drawl with that like Pennsylvania accent behind it.
But when you heard him talk, and I think that was what like popped it, like, okay, he gets it. He talked about being here. And the point Brian made when he got hired, Frank Beamer and Bud didn't have to be there, right? They had to be there for Fuente. They had to. Bud was staying on staff and Frank was stepping down. They didn't have to come to this one, did they?
They didn't have to what now?
They didn't have to come to that press conference.
No.
Did they? But they did.
Not at all.
And they came.
No, they went. They knew him. They also, we know what we're doing, and we know that if we are going to bring our guy out, if we have Frank and Bud behind him, it's going to look really goddamn good. We're not dumb. We know what we're doing.
Right. That's kind of how I was looking at it too, because I was like, pretty much, if they hired somebody, because Frank's got a lot going on with Shane being in South Carolina. He had a million places he could be. If it wasn't something that he really wanted to be a part of, because you could see, which we needed to kind of get away from Beamer a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because we see them Fuente's first year, every game they talked about Frank more than they did Fuente. But if it would have been somebody who they didn't fuck with at all, I don't feel like they would have been there. Yeah. So when you seen the emotion is the main thing to me. Like during that press conference, it was some emotion from Pry. It was some emotion from the guys in the audience. You know what I'm saying? Frank, Bud, JC. It did make a difference. You know what I'm saying? You was like, okay, like that's when I really was like, even after the initial hire, even after seeing, them talk about him coming in on the plane and shit like that, like the presser, when he started talking, like he was like, okay, this dude might be the real deal. Some of these motherfuckers who've been feeding me this bullshit may not be so full of shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's not all lies. It's not all lies.
Yeah. But he did me with the academic support staff, y'all.
Yeah.
He will like.
That's still the wildest exchange I've ever seen.
As many people as possible. Like I got to meet him the first day, but that's only because I just happened to catch him while he was at dinner, like meeting literally everyone at the university club. Like people are just.
It was funny that they were so hung up on like, well, he saw the Spirit Squad, because they showed up at the fucking airplane.
He drove to the fucking.
He didn't specifically go and show up and say hello to them; they were already there.
Man, I've been at that airport a lot, going up in the ESPN Blacksburg chopper too. Like it's hard to get in. Try to get Manit and Bob in, get them on the chopper with me.
Oh, Jeezy. Oh God. So. We all feel good about him. We all feel like I think he not only understands the recruiting game, He understands. I think he understands X's and O's. I think he understands the value of the community, the fan base. He understands social media. He's not crazy on it like Derek Jones is. Talk about him later. But he knows when to do it. And if nothing else, as you read that opening presser, in like the second paragraph, J.C. Price is going to be retained as associate head coach and D-line coach. You knew kind of right then, he ain't a dumbass. He knows what he's doing. And then you look back further. Well, shit, he coached a guy. And then the Bourbon Street story, which I'd like, Jeremy, you're going to help us get something with Pry and JC one night with all four of us, and we can be like, so what did happen on Bourbon Street in 1995?
We want to know what the hookers was hitting on. We want to know what the hookers was hitting on. Shit, we want to hear about it.
He said what happens is Nolan stays in Nolans.
No, we want to hear about that shit. We are family.
I tell my Nolan stories all the time.
Well, shit, dropping that on the presser, it was just like anybody like our age, even younger folks, even older folks. That was so relatable because you have people in your life. Mine is right above y'all, named Brian Siegler. We have more than a few moments like that in our life that, we don't talk about them too much, but it's relatable. And then he keeps JC, and then he tells us Pearson's staying. And you sit there, and it's like, for us as fans. Like, I was 12 years old when JC played. Pearson was about the same age. You know those names. And it's like, they're staying. It made you again, it goes back to the culture piece. Like, this guy understands the culture piece. He understands you got to have some Hokies. It doesn't have to be a staff full of them, but you've got to have people that can teach that.
Yes. Keeping JC, I think, was one of the best moves that we did. Also, really throwing JC out there, and because the man cares, and you just feel it after the UVA game. Even before that, you could just feel it. I mean, he got up with Dwight. Vic, I got a random call just Saturday morning, and it was Dwight. And he was like, Jeremy. I was like, hey, what's up, man? I didn't know Dwight was calling me. He was like, okay, so JC wants to get up with Nikki Giovanni because he saw the post from the pharmacy because he knew I knew Nikki. And I don't know why he didn't just go through the usual channels through the university to get a hold of her, but he asked Dwight to get a hold of me to get a hold of Nikki to set up
because you're the plug, man.
I was like,
fucking plug.
Set it up. So
man, look at your title on this screen, man. Lord Dr. Jeremy.
I bought both those titles.
Bro, that's okay. You a legal. You got the best job out of anybody on here. You're a legal drug dealer.
Pharmacist are paid.
You getting it in.
It's bad.
Hey, man, you out here supplying the world with good drugs, dick pills, and high cholesterol medicine.
Dick pills are
what else can you ask
really, really cheap now. They're like $1 a pill now.
Really?
It's not bad. Yeah. They went generic, and the generic companies actually competed, and it went way down. $1 pill.
$1.
See that?
Yeah.
$1 pill for.
It's not bad. That's what I.
When do you need to get worried after you take it?
You said what?
When do you need to get worried after you take it?
4 hours.
4 hours.
4 hours.
Yep. If you are hard for 4 hours.
That's a problem.
The cells in your dick are going to start dying, and it's not going to be fun.
You need to
so if I'm slamming it in the door and it still won't go down, I need to get to the hospital.
Yes.
Okay.
And that has been.
It will become painful. Trust me, you'll want to go to the hospital.
Okay, that's what I figured.
It'll get really painful.
There's a point of diminishing returns.
Yeah, exactly.
And that has been
you're just punishing yourself.
And that has been the erectile dysfunction portion of our program, sponsored by Main Street Pharmacy.
I gotta ask a question while we on that. Then we're gonna go back. I know we're talking football, but I always wonder if a woman can take a hard dick for 4 hours, what's wrong with her?
It's not about that. It's about it staying up longer because sometimes it just stays. That's the problem.
4 hours though.
Yes.
So you done, but you ain't done. That's the problem.
Yes, you're done.
Hey, give me good 4. Give me 4 minutes. I'm straight. Give me 4 good minutes. I'm up in there. All right, let's go. Keep it going.
It hasn't been announced yet, but it seems like everything is pointing to. Yeah. Let's try to
recalibrate.
Take a drink.
Reload. No, there we go. We told Jeremy to do a rim shot at least once. It's gonna be more times. Ryan Smith right now.
You said you're gonna get Jeremy to do a what?
Show him what a rim shot is. Jesus Lord, this man's got dirty.
I know what a rim shot is. Don't show me what a rim shot is. Oh, never mind. That's a rim job.
Yeah, close.
That's the edit of fish.
And we're out of control. 57 minutes in is pretty fucking good.
Yeah, we're doing all right. We're doing all right.
Good. Ryan Smith, not officially retained, but everything's he's coming back.
We got to know what's going on, Curtis. What's going on with that?
We don't know. No one. It's very quiet. He's not saying anything. I mean, he tweeted at some recruits today that committed, but it's floated out there. It's very little that's coming on. I mean, y'all know we run in the same circles. There's not a lot that's really being said about if he's being retained or not. And the more it goes on, you kind of start getting a little worried, right? Like, I feel like we need him. I feel like with him and JC, you're holding down Virginia. You've got, Derek Jones probably going to run some North Carolina stuff. You've got Bowen, who's announced but not announced up in Maryland. Quinn's probably going to run some Georgia stuff. And I don't know what the holdup is. I think we all want him, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Smith was probably the best pure recruiter on the staff this past cycle. And I don't think that he's at all a liability on the field. I think that's sometimes what you get with a good recruiter. Sometimes they aren't always as sharp on the X's and O's, as sharp in teaching the position techniques and things like that.
Wow.
So he's one that can recruit, but he's also not a liability coaching his position, and I think that's big. It's kind of hard to find guys like that off the street, especially ones that you've already got a relationship with, especially ones that have already recruited your footprint.
Yeah.
Yep.
They said Ryan Smith wife fine too. I mean, no disrespect to Ryan Smith, but I know some people that said she work at like a local gym or something now. Maybe she like a personal trainer or something. So
Jeremy
heard to have. Hey, it wasn't Jeremy this time.
Jeremy can confirm. He might be able to confirm. Just send Jeremy to every gym in the Blacksburg area.
I didn't heard it. Yeah, I heard it from some folks. They say his wife kind of hot. So I mean, if you can keep a good coach and a hot wife on the staff, I don't think nobody got a problem with that. So let's get Ryan on there, man. Let's figure out what's going on.
Let's hold on to him one way or the other. All right, well, let's talk about the rest of the staff of the hires we've seen so far. Did y'all have anybody specifically y'all wanted? Like, I'm still on the freaking thing that I wanted Josh,
Gaddis.
Get that man back close to home.
Gaddis.
Yeah, I was thinking Gaddis would have been a good hire. Just when you hire somebody like Brett Pry who does get it, but it's not really like a splash hire, and then we hear about all this money that we have to kind of go towards support staff. I'm like, okay, we're gonna throw that. Even if it's not like a national name, it's gonna be like a regional name that everybody knows. That's what I expected to kind of come out of it. But
not yet.
I don't know none of these motherfuckers that they hired. Honestly, I don't know none of them.
We didn't either.
I never heard of none of them coaches.
I had not either, and it's funny.
I had heard of Bowen and I had heard of Derek Jones, but I only heard of them secondhand. I had never heard of Chris Marv.
Sean Quinn.
And I had Sean Quinn.
I had heard of Chris Marr because he played at Vanderbilt. Like, he was a beast when he played at Vanderbilt, so I knew his name from there.
Yeah.
But I didn't know where he was coaching it and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't know much about his coaching style and all that shit.
I was talking about Joe Brady.
Oh
shit! Yeah, that's the name.
I was like, you know, he's got a previous relationship with Pry. You know, if we drop a bag on that side of the ball, we don't need to drop a bag on the defensive side of the ball just because Pry can kind of work his guy in there as he goes. Maybe we drop 1.2 or higher on that side of the ball, pull in a Joe Brady after that whole Carolina shit went down.
Joe Brady, shout out the Darlex. Joe Brady.
Joe Brady. I don't even want to talk about that day. Hopes got very high that day. And actually, where is Joe Brady? What's Joe Brady? Is he still on the radar?
He's still unemployed, man. He's still unemployed.
Yeah. Where's Darlax with them lies? Where is he?
Okay, y'all. Okay. All right. So let's talk about who we got. First of all, I want to hear somebody give me their first impression of Derek Jones, the cornerback coach.
Ooh. Derek Jones is live. That motherfucker. Wow. He talks about cheetah. Motherfucker, I used to call like Four Locos pretty much fermented cheetah blood. He is the embodiment of OG Four Locos. I love this man. I love this coach. He's exactly what I want out of coaches. I fucking love him. Bring more of him.
What about you, Talley?
Yeah. Man, you know, keeping it real, like it'd be a bit much for me. You know what I'm saying? Like the cheetah shit be a bit much for me. But I like what he do. You know what I'm saying? I like him being engaged. I like as soon as he got here, like he got to work.
Yes,
but it kind of fucked me up because once he got to work like that, I was like, okay, everybody else need to be like this. So, you know, Barv kind of came in and he kind of, you know, he been chilling. We ain't seen him like that much. I'm like, hey man, he set the bar high when he came through because as soon as his feet hit the ground, this motherfucker was running.
It's like he got the job, and it's like Blacksburg's the place to be. Coach Pry is where we're at. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
I mean,
he was literally all gas. Once he got the job, all gas.
And
no brakes.
You love a guy like that because you need energy guys.
Cheetah print like sports coats the other night.
Yeah, he broke that. I was like, all right, we got ourselves a cornerback coach now.
Yes.
By the way, they don't make a lot of maroon cheetah print things, but
you're gonna find someone.
You can get some custom things.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely. I mean, that's a market segment somebody's got to populate.
Yeah,
man, we need maroon cheetah print. We need it right now.
Right now. But
let's get it. Get Derek Jones in.
I mean, he's got the high energy, but he's got your philosophical. You know what? You wake up in the morning.
They got plenty of orange cheetah print, Talley.
Oh yeah, I definitely. You know, I'm all on that.
If somebody Talley an orange cheetah print shirt, he would wear it to the first game.
I'm taking. Hey, if anybody listening got anything orange cheetah print, Virginia 3X, I'm putting that shit on.
There we go.
Jumpsuit, onesie with the ass out. It don't matter.
Damn right.
I'm wearing all of what you got.
I gotta get my Zubaz pants out.
There you go.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get it in.
I say this though, Derek Jones also someone. If you wake up in the morning, you having a struggle day, like you can't find motivation. What is it like? 7:30 to 8:30. It's like about an hour of a constant stream of very motivational, get your mind right quotes. Like you read some of the stuff he says, and I know the cheetah print and all this stuff is fun loving. You see he's high energy, but you read that shit like it seems like he's got the balance of what you need to be a coach. Now, Sean Quinn a little different. Sean Quinn loves Jesus. I love Jesus. And Quinn's background, though, man, y'all, Talley, you played down at Jacksonville State. You know Savannah State, right? They were shit. They were literally one of the worst fucking programs in college football. And that guy went there, and he won 2 years, won 9 and 8 games.
Yeah.
I think that guy.
And more than that, he left. You know what I'm saying? He left there to come
here
to Virginia Tech to take. We don't even know what he coached.
We don't know what he's coaching yet.
You know what I'm saying? Like, he got to trust somebody in there. He got to trust Pry or one of the other coaches to be able to pretty much leave where he at as kind of a legend because nobody wasn't doing that shit where he was at. You know what I'm saying? So for him to go there and do that and then say, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna go up here and see what I can do.
Yep.
Hit the ground, and he hit the ground running. You know, like he popped up with his first day of school picture with his book bag. You know what I'm saying? Like he a little different than Derrick Jones, but he hit the ground running. So,
we got to find him a polo that fits his body shape right.
Yes.
You know, but you know what, man? Like the people that's the happiest right now is the fucking camera crew, the media people. Like I know them motherfuckers is ecstatic. Like
shout out
the whole early the whole early signing day crew with now in kind of the war room and stuff. We ain't seen that shit in 6 years. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, them camera guys been itching to just be. Oh yeah, let me get this. Let me get you talking on the phone to a recruit or a commit. We ain't had that, and for a fan, we get excited about shit like that.
Yeah, we saw the same workout videos and practice videos for 6 years.
Yeah, we tired of that bullshit. Workout Monday, Friday, with Taco Tuesday. We don't give a fuck about none of that shit. Give us some shit with some substance behind it.
I love Big Squat Friday as much as everybody, but I mean, at some point, give me something different.
Give me something different, man. We want to, I don't know what the shit. What they was on some. We ain't talking much about that old stuff, but they was on some nut shit. They was on some bullshit. I was like, hey, get them motherfuckers up out of here. But now when these coaches come in, you know what I'm saying? They giving us so much good content that it's like, for me, it's kind of like you've been captive. You're like, oh man, they trying to do something to us. You know what I'm saying? They giving us, they too nice to us. It's like you trying to hold back.
He gonna pull the rug out.
You don't want to get too invested. You don't want to get too invested and get hurt. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how where I'm at. Because like when I seen the stuff today, because I've always got up for, signing day, early signing day. That's a football fan. That's your dream, to be able to kind of, I'm at work. I think I text Brian earlier, like, hey, I'm getting it in. I got my laptop up. I got my work computer up. I got my phone, and I'm taking a look at all this stuff. But usually from what we've seen, I mean, you got to, okay, he's in. Okay, he's in. Like even the videos that they shot now was so much better. Is it just me? Am I bullshitting? No. Like the video was even so much better just with what we had today than we've had in the last 6 years. So I'm just hoping that they continue like progressing with it. You got to change with the times. You got to change it. Like that's what kids like. That's what kids want to see. Yeah. I ain't saying that on the field don't matter, but I get into the people with the arguments on that about jerseys and uniform colors and shit like that. Like, man, that shit, that's what's popping is what people want to see. We don't want to get on here.
And I think the big thing, like, and the thing for me, like, it seems like there's a plan from that side of things now. Like the staff is in on the plan. They're contributing to the plan. It's not just the media team saying, all right, are you willing to do this? Are you willing to do that? It's the staff is saying, hey, we got this going down. Bring some cameras in here. Let's get this thing going.
Right.
It feels like there's a plan on the coaching staff side that's understanding how to use media to sell the program.
I mean, it's like what Neil was saying. Like, we used to look at this shit from other programs and be like, that's lame as balls. Who the fuck cares? We didn't care. And then we actually started getting it with our program with, like, the coach reacting to, like, someone committing. And it's just like, now we're like, oh, fuck. There's emotion.
This is what that feels like.
Like, and we're eating it up, and we're like, let's reflect on a lot of things. A lot of things we've been doing.
Think about everything the last 6 years we've been deprived of from a fan perspective of seeing that. And you talk about Ron, I felt like they just had the way it looked to me, as many people was in that room today, it's like they just brought the social media and that whole staff in and said, y'all fucking just hang out in here with us. We're going to be getting calls from these kids. We're going to be, getting the faxes. We're going to be throwing stuff up on the board. We're going to be chit-chatting and just catch it.
That fucking simple.
Yes. Come in and hang out with us. And then when something happens, like,
I'm not going to trash the former staff. I'm not going to do it.
I will.
You will. But you have to
talk next year about that.
Yeah, well, I think the thing we always talk about, we've talked about it a bunch of times on here. I know we talk about it when we chat outside of here. Like taking the layups, take the layups. They're there. Just take the damn layups.
Christ's sake, take the layups.
All right, Talley,
free, man.
let me ask you about this because we're gonna jump to the next guy real quick. You say Chris Marvel was a beast at Vanderbilt. How the hell did Vanderbilt get a beast? You explain that to me first.
Man, I don't know. You know, every now and then, like schools like that'll just have somebody who just. I think they had like a tight end last year or the year before last. I think his name was maybe Zach Cunningham or something Cunningham. Like Vanderbilt, schools like that'll just have somebody that just when you watch them, like they stand out so much from everybody else on their team because I don't know how they get there. They just got, more talent than everybody around them. And I think Marv, I'd have to look it up to see. I think he made like all SEC team like 3 years in a row, 4 years in a row, something like that. Yeah, he was a monster. And another thing, that was around, everybody played NCAA. Like that was when NCAA was popping. So I was, you don't want to take your favorite team every time you do one. So you pick a sorry ass team.
Oh, yeah.
And Vanderbilt was one of them. And I think Marv was like, I got to check for sure, but I think he played linebacker. He was maybe like number 13 or some shit like that. And 13 was jumping off the film on that, man. Shit, let's get it in. Commodores, baby. National championship every year.
That's awesome. That is very awesome to hear. We haven't got we only had one official. Tyler Bowen's name's out there. Not official. He's down at the Jags. Although after what happened with Urban Meyer today, apparently kicking people.
What the fuck is going on in Jacksonville, man?
Urban Meyer on some nut shit, man. God dang.
Urban about to fake a heart attack again, and
he is about to be
out.
So he's kicking
kickers. Dabo is what he is. Dabo who just went up there and went to the NFL, and fuck him because he doesn't know what to do whenever he can't buy the right recruits. That's all it is. He's a piece of shit. He cannot compete on a level playing ground. Fuck Urban Meyer and fuck Dabo and fuck Dabo forever. And everyone out there who is really upset every time I say fuck Dabo because they look Saint Dabo. Dabo is using a church to launder money. So fuck all y'all who like Dabo. Fuck every one of you. Go to hell or whatever fucking place you believe in.
Yeah, what he said.
Dabo's a piece of shit. He used the shooting against us to recruit. And I know that. Yeah. And Dabo's a piece of shit, and I will forever say that.
Yeah, Dabo on some nut shit right now. He on there complaining about
everything.
You know what I'm saying? The transfer portal and shit. Like everybody ain't got to deal with it. Like, man, you've been riding high for years, stealing recruits from other people and getting people to transfer in or whatever they doing. And then now all of a sudden you like, oh, this shit ain't working because it ain't working for you. No, man, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
He's mad that he doesn't have the best way to get money to recruits anymore. That's all he's mad
get
about.
Get your ass out of
here. Yeah, he got Dion playing chess while he's still playing checkers.
He can't play recruits anymore. He doesn't know how to work the portal. He's losing everybody. Yeah. No offensive coordinator, no defensive coordinator. The AD left his ass. He's just sitting there. And regardless what you say, I don't think Dabo's a good coach. I think Dabo's a lot like Urban Meyer. I think he knew how to get recruits. I think he does know how to motivate. I don't think he knows how to coach with a shit. I think he just had the best players. Obviously, you have two basically NFL quarterbacks for the better part of 8 years. You should win a lot of fucking games.
Yeah. And don't forget he had Taj Boyd too before that.
He's good at evaluating talent, both staff and players. That's what he's best at.
I will good at evaluating the shift of everything. When Taj Boyd came into Blacksburg, I never thought he would perform like he did. That was the shift of everything in the ACC.
It
was when Taj Boyd stepped into Blacksburg.
2011. 2011 Lanes, 23-3? We couldn't score a freaking point with Logan against them. And
yep.
They just stacked the box to take out David Wilson, and then
pretty much
Logan couldn't get the ball downfield, and they were able to score.
Story of that damn year. Logan did pretty good that year, but imagine if we didn't have to burn Tyrod's red shirt. Imagine if we didn't burn Tyrod's fucking red shirt.
And put Logan Thomas at tight end.
We still blaming ECU?
Yes. No, LSU. You blame LSU and you blame me for that shit.
You can blame ECU the next year.
No, he'd already burned it. I mean, Tyrod was going to be the way to win. I'll always say this, and y'all might get mad and pissed, and Brian, they might tell you kick me off. Frank was more concerned about winning 10 games than setting himself up for the national title run a few years later.
That's actually not a bad argument.
Because if 11 happens and it's Tyrod, it's David Wilson. We had a solid O-line that year. The defense was better in 11 than it was in 10. Danny Cole, Boykin, put Logan Thomas at tight end. They would have wrecked Clemson's ass probably. It wouldn't have been 23-3. It would have been 43-23 Tech in both games.
Add to the fact that you'd have had Logan at tight end in 2010 as well.
God, he's such a fuck. That dude deserves everything that's ever given to him.
I know.
Yeah.
Everything.
He's a monster.
He is a monster. And like grinded through changing positions in the NFL. You imagine how much that takes? Like, I was a quarterback from the time he was probably in 9th grade until a senior in college. I got drafted. They tried me at quarterback for 2 years. So 10 years I was quarterback. And then all of a sudden, like, you might be a tight end. All right, I'll do it. And then not only do it, but do it at a high level. That man.
Did he play tight end in high school though? He didn't play tight end at all.
He was quarterback at Brookville. Yeah. They projected him to tight end.
They projected him tight end just because of his size.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yep. So he played basically 10 years of quarterback, flips it, becomes essentially not all pro, a Pro Bowl tight end. Screwed his knee up this year, which sucks. All right. Yeah. We've already talked about it once. The portal's there. There's going to be guys in and out. Tay Robinson did it to us today. He gutted us. He's going to Kentucky. I'm still trying to figure out why he's going to Kentucky when they run the ball like 78% of the time. If he's trying to get NFL looks, I digress. Good luck to him. He's a Hokie. Once a Hokie, always a Hokie. We know we need to get a quarterback. And I'm checking every day in the portal and seeing who's out there. Let me ask y'all. Give me one position, Jeremy, you think we got to go after in the portal. And then Tally, you give me one.
Is it Tally or me?
Whoever.
Jeremy, you lead. And let.
Okay. First thing we got to do is we got to go out and Braxton. The issue is right now is I don't know how good he could possibly be because Braxton wasn't allowed to do anything.
That's true.
I think the problem with Braxton is that there's going to be limitations even in the best case scenario. I want to say
quarterback, but awesome. I'm not going to trash my boy. I'm not going to trash him.
I mean, he's got arm strength concerns. He's got injury concerns. Those are two things that probably aren't going to change with the new offensive system. Now, will he be? Could he be better in a different offensive system? Absolutely.
Concern. Let me give the caveat beforehand, and let me say that's my primary concern is quarterback right now. We need quarterback performance. Can Braxton do that? I don't know. We have to address that. That is the number one. We also have to go down and we have to look at wide receiver. We have to do that. We're losing Trey. And I don't know if y'all know this, but we have someone going to Kentucky now. Yeah. So
yeah. That
Jeremy feeling good over there. Hey, put the drinks down, man. Dog. Shit, that shit's starting to get to your ass.
Hey, Tally, what about?
No, I just don't want to say anything about it because I know these kids. I just don't.
Yeah, definitely, man. We ain't gonna trash the kids. You know, they doing what they think they're supposed to do for themselves. It's kind of like if you're looking at it from a football perspective, it's like everybody loves Tyrod, right? But if you look at Tyrod's game, he's injury prone. That's not trashing Tyrod. That's just what it's been. Yeah. Every year he has some kind of injury. That's what's happening in the Braxton. You can't think about building a season behind Braxton because he's injury prone. He's had this happen to him every year. So we got to address a quarterback, number one. You know, I feel like quarterback is the main concern for us. And even if Braxton is your number one, who you got behind him? Knox is gone. You got Blumbrick. He threw, one pass this year?
Like 5.
We can put it. He threw 5. Like 5. He completed one. You know, he ain't completing no passes. And then, similar to what Jeremy said, wide receiver. I mean, we are gutted at those positions. You know what I'm saying? Our roster management and the portal it's took its toll.
Yep.
We don't have any receivers. I ain't gonna say we don't have any receivers because a lot of those kids that are there,
They're young.
I feel like they work hard. We just don't know what they can do. We haven't seen them, and we're not gonna have a lot of experience. If Caleb Smith is still there, what is he? He looks good in some games, but we're not throwing him the ball. We seen Lofton a little bit. We seen Jones a little bit. Man, we got to get some receivers in there to help them. So,
yeah,
quarterback and receiver. That's my answer.
I'm with that.
Like Tay, he needs a quarterback that'll throw to him. Is what was sold. Fucking Tay, he's going to go somewhere, and then he goes to Kentucky. It's not really about that. What's Kentucky have? They're not going to give him all these like highlights. They're not going to give him all this. I mean, they may have given him a good NIL package, but we could have given him that. I don't know what's going on with a lot of the transfer portals, and you can't get in these kids' minds. And
I mean, some of it's SEC. I mean, I think the eyes that the SEC brings to your game, regardless of whether you're getting a bunch of touches, there's a lot more eyes, both NFL and otherwise, on those SEC games. So that I think that matters.
Yeah, I don't never really, like I said, it's hard to talk about that stuff without like really calling a kid's name and, getting involved in their shit. But it's like when Hazleton was at Virginia Tech, I totally understand why you want to leave, because of the coaches or you got some shit going on that you don't like, or they're saying that you're a certain type of person. Or I wasn't behind the scenes. I don't know exactly. I just know the stories I hear. But you leave and go to Mizzou. And what do you really do there? Like, it's so many places I feel like he could have shined, even if it wasn't Virginia Tech. Like, just being in the SEC don't get you paid.
It's true. It's true.
That's just how I feel,
Yeah.
Like I feel like if Hazleton would have stayed at Virginia Tech, I don't know what would have happened for him.
I think
even. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I think it was just the way the coaching staff was. I think that's one of the bigger pieces was the former coaching staff, and I think with Tavion now, I think he just again I kind of joked he's going to Kentucky where they run the shit out of the ball, but I think one of the other big pieces though is it's that chance to get a clean break, right? Right, clean break. I can go somewhere else. We don't know everything they need there, so and in some cases it's okay. He's probably got his degree. Good for him. That's my big thing. If you jump in the portal like after your freshman year, like you're behind yourself because eventually what's going to happen, and we've seen guys to happen to guys, they sit there and they get in the portal. I'm going to go somewhere else. And then nobody comes and calls. And now it's like you're in the portal now. You can't stay at your school and get your scholarship and finish your degree out. You got to pay for it on your own. You got to find a place you can get into, so hope you've kept your grades up. Now, to other position, quarterback obviously number one. We got to find somebody with some experience, with some plan. I also think defensive line, because you kind of think about this. You got Jordan Williams going, Amari going. You've got, I'm missing somebody. There's 2 or 3 more guys going. I feel okay about linebackers. I feel okay about the secondary. I think defensive line this year, where it was a semi-strength, if we don't go get a couple guys in the portal, and I know we offered some FCS kid today who's a defensive end. I think that's just as important. Let's go what big happened today. National Signing Day. I'm sure it affected everybody's workflow. Let me ask this. Feelings on the loss of Ramon Brown and Orgy. Let's start with you, Talley. How you feel about losing those 2 guys literally the day of and the day before signing day?
It's crazy. It's crazy to me. It's like, what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Like losing Orgy, I feel like that was going to happen anyway. With him being a Texas quarterback, even if he showed up on campus. That's just me. I didn't feel like he was going to be there. Ramon kind of hurt a little bit just because, with him being a Virginia kid, there's been so many Virginia running backs that came through that we didn't get. And when we finally had one commit and stay committed that long, it's like, okay, we're moving in the right direction, and then he flips. That definitely hurt. But what I do respect him for is that he did it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He didn't do it. He didn't do it on early signing day. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he went ahead and told him. So it was kind of out of there. So kudos to him for that. And it happens. I ain't saying that he would have been any worse of a person if he did flip today, but the fact that he did it yesterday, you know what I'm saying, he kind of gained some cool points for me. Sometimes some kids leave and I'd be like, all right, fuck them. You know what I mean? But, I still root for Ramon Brown. He did what he thought he needed to do for himself, and I feel like he kind of did it the right way. So I ain't mad at him, but it hurt a little bit just with him being a higher-ranked Virginia running back.
Oh, yeah.
Talley's got a good point. We didn't have people tossing our hats in the floor.
Yeah.
It's happening a lot today. That was pretty good. Ramon, go up and have fun with fucking Maryland, I guess. Fucking Maryland. You gotta go somewhere. Fucking Maryland.
But then the thing is, the thing that eases it a little bit more is that, like, we got. Well, number one, Thomas came in last year and this year did a pretty good job. So with him being a freshman, that helps. That we feel like, okay, we at least got some kind of future there. And we got 19 fucking running backs. So if you're gonna have somebody flip, let it be a running back.
Yeah,
I
mean,
you
got Malachi. Malachi burned his shirt, but then you got, we had really 3 running backs in the last cycle. That
you got Marco Lee still back there. You got Kenji, which I've seen Kenji play live.
The mentality, but their fucking mascot looks like a turtle, a fucking squirrel. Like, Jesus fucking Christ, it's fucking Maryland. Go somewhere decent. Jesus fucking Christ.
So
Maryland
commits out there.
Maryland was flipping shit today.
Hey,
Maryland flipped like 3-4 stars today, and then they're going to go 6-6 the next 3 years.
That fucking happened. You all know why that fucking happened.
They going like 3-9.
So did you hear the story? Did y'all hear the story of the kid that flipped from South Carolina to Maryland?
Yeah.
Oh, the Shane shit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell that though, because some people haven't seen that yet.
See, shit like that.
Shane got a call right after Dude committed, and he's like, yeah, he's planning on flipping to Maryland.
Yeah,
the kid kept saying, South Carolina's home, up to the day before, and then still pull that shit. That's wild.
No, it was all about his money. Fucking money.
Yeah.
That's all that was.
That's what it is.
And listen, I'm still wondering how Mike Loxley has a job, how he got a second head coaching job. The guy is 14-49 in his whole career. 14-49. That guy could put together 5-10 win seasons and still be under 500 in his coaching career. So here's what I'm thinking, y'all. Just put your heads together here. He's going to get fired in 2 years. Let's go get him to be our head recruiter. For about 3 or 4 years.
My man is recruiting guys to play for him to win 4 games every year.
Exactly.
Man, recruiting his ass off. We got to give him that. So, hey, let's go get it.
It's just money, man.
Hey, but
Mike, bring your ass on down here.
Damn right. Now, flip works both ways, though. And we stole from the Cousins down 64 today. Their second highest commit and probably one of their better defensive prospects. It kind of softens the blow a little bit, right? Because Brody Meadows, his highlight, people were telling me he's soft. I saw the kid's highlight tape today. When he locked on a defender, and I think that was stuff this year, right, Brian? I was looking at today.
Yeah, most of the tape I had watched was junior tape. I hadn't watched any senior tape on him. It's better. It definitely looks like he's not a little
nasty.
Yeah, I'm more worried about his bend.
Exactly.
He's not very flexible. He doesn't look like he's very quick out of his stance. So we'll see if that can be improved.
Curtis,
that's something.
Curtis, you had one person telling you he was soft. Curtis, you had one person.
That's true.
Out of all your friends, nobody else.
That's true.
Everybody else that you know just said that he's stiff and he's slow. But he's 6'7", 300 and some pounds or 300 pounds. But I don't think he's soft. You know, like you said, kind of watching some of his stuff, I don't think that he's soft. I just think that, you know, he's not very athletic, but he's got stuff that you can't teach. So if he gets with the right coach, I think some good stuff can happen.
You can't teach.
And like I told people, as long as we still if you're going, I'd rather take a no-star kid from Virginia than go to fucking Germany and get a player. Why the fuck would you go to Germany to pick up an offensive lineman and you're in Virginia? You know how many white boys this corn-fed out there that you can open the door and say, hey, come in here and block, and you go to fucking Germany to get a player. What the fuck are we doing?
Fuente and Cole were playing that 4D chess, man.
7.
Like, you know where no one's looking? No one's looking in Germany. We're going to go get a Germany kid. That's where no one's looking. We can win that battle hands down. And I mean,
Germany, man.
That's another problem. I think, you know, I know we're trying not to trash the previous staff as much here at this point, but I feel like they didn't try to go win battles, man, in the recruiting. Like once a big dog stepped in the ring, it was like, all right, well, we're on to the next. On to the next.
Running. Yeah, he was out of there.
That was the stories, right? You'd hear them be like, "Oh, well, Clemson talk like what? Sherrod Covell was that way, right?" That's the stories we heard.
Yeah,
like Clemson started.
As soon as Clemson gave him a committable offer, we backed off.
No,
scared as fuck.
Like why?
And see, that's where you get the mindset of that. You know, we some kind of fucking deaf and blind school. We don't have the money, and nobody's.
We are not Geigy Debt. We can recruit players here.
Come on, man. You can recruit people. You can recruit players. You got to build some relationships. You got to get out here and go to the barbershop and the barbecues and bullshit like that. You got to be able to talk with some of these kids, man. Like, you got to be able to go into their houses in these bad neighborhoods and feel at home. That's what it is. Fuente was not that guy. No. You know what I'm saying? And no disrespect to him. That man, he like I said, he had a job to do. He didn't do a fucking good job of it, but he had a stick in his ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know if he came to something, and I'm not like some, you know, hard ass or something like that where I can just go anywhere and ain't scared of shit. No, I'm scared of a lot of shit.
You already talked about West Virginia.
If I got to go somewhere and do my job, I'm going to go somewhere and do my job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I done delivered some cars to some fucked up ass places. You know, seriously. Again, y'all know where I'm from.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I need you to deliver this car, and I need you to pick this up. And I done did it. You know, I worked for AT&T for a while. I had to go in people's houses and sell them cell phones. I had to be in some fucked up places, but that was my job. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I heard, oh, well, he don't want to go here, or he don't want to go here, or he don't do that, or we ain't sending nobody there, I'm like, man, what the fuck we doing? So Brent Pry and his crew seem like they at least doing that. You know what I mean? It seems like they going into the highways and the hedges and trying to get into some shit.
They're in houses, they're in schools, they're reconnecting with some of the coaches that I feel like kind of got pushed to the side in a lot of cases. I feel like unless we really had a target on a guy, we weren't in the school. Like if he wasn't already at the top of our board, we weren't going into school. We weren't papering the area.
Yeah, it's just like you talked about Brody Meadows earlier. You know what I'm saying? His team played in the state championship, and they got the kid Bradshaw on their team that we should have been on.
We own him,
but we own them now. Like you gotta get. It don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter how we look at it as fans that's been looking at a program or looking at football for 36 years.
Yep.
It don't matter how I feel about a kid. If a kid like a Brody Meadows is a 4-star or a 3-star, sometimes a 2-star, most of the people that see them, they're the best fucking football player that they've ever seen. You know, Brody Meadows is probably the best football player that anybody in that town has seen in a long time.
Exactly.
Or he's probably got the most coverage. You got to be able to go talk to them. You know, like Graham wasn't fucking with us, man. Like, I remember they put some on Twitter. Yeah, they put some on Twitter like, oh, he didn't even give us an offer.
Yeah, they were big mad that we didn't even get a look. They were big mad.
So now you go and you get, you know, you give Brody an offer, you know, that's a 4-star lineman that you don't know how he's going to turn out. You give him an offer, and then now we in the running for the Bradshaw kid. who I think is going to be like a Daz Newsome type player.
Yeah.
We missed out on Daz because we slow playing.
Yep.
You know, look at the kid who they played against in the championship. What's the Kings for? He played somewhere. Whoever Graham played in.
King William.
The kid that's going to Wake Forest, beast. He a beast. You know what I'm saying? Like we ain't even offering kids like that. So when you get people like Brennan Hill who talk about, you know, stars don't mean nothing. I think what he really is trying to say is there's a lot of kids in a lot of places that y'all know that y'all have walked in Virginia that people just ain't highly recruiting that we can get and we can bring to Tech and they can show out, man. They really could, because if a Daz Newsome would have got to Virginia Tech, I feel like he could have did exactly what he did in North Carolina. Who cares about what his rating was? What was his rating? Probably an 83, 84?
That's actually a legitimate point, and I agree with you 100%. My issue with what B Hill does is it is full. Oh, no, stars don't matter. Oh, it's all this. No, he is right to a certain point. To a certain point. Dead on. Because there is a lot of under-recruited talent around that is so fucking good, especially in the 757 and 804. They are so goddamn good. But they're under-recruited. But that goes for a lot of other places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But the amount there, oh my God, it's a hotbed. We have to actually go in and we actually have to take these kids and develop them and take them, bring them in, and get them into our culture.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to think about it. Our offensive lineman. Offensive lineman that we've had for the last couple of years. Who was our best offensive lineman last year? Christian Derisaw?
Yep.
Beast.
Where he come from? Where he come from? What was he rated? What was he rated?
Nowhere, man.
Derisaw was 2
low three. Low three, yeah.
Okay. Who was our best offensive lineman this year?
Probably Caden Moore.
Exactly. Caden Moore. Maybe, Lasita Smith before he got hurt.
Yeah.
Noodle. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, if you go across that board, we didn't have no 5-star lineman. So I ain't saying when somebody like B Hill gets on his tangent, and I hate to keep bringing him up, when he goes off on his soapbox about shit like that, I feel him to a certain extent but do what I do tell him, because I talk to Hill outside of Twitter. Like I talk to him on the phone and shit. But I tell him outside of that is, yeah, y'all had a lot of 2-star players, but you had Tyrod that was a fucking 5-star.
You had Ryan Williams, who was a 4. David was a 4. Evans, who was a 4.
You got to be able. When you get 1 or 2 of them type of players, they can carry some of them 3 stars, and them 3 stars going to elevate what they doing.
Yeah.
When you got, somebody back there who is a beast like David Wilson running the ball, that the line just, they meshed together and they did what they had to do for him to get his yards.
Yeah, so, and I can speak to that because I played on some lines in my day that across the board, they weren't good. But when you got a running back behind you that's kind of game changing, you make things work. You work as a unit a little bit better when you know a guy behind you is probably going to make a play for you if you aren't quite where you need to be. I mean, I had Alonzo Coleman in the backfield. He played at Hampton. Was an undrafted free agent for the Cowboys a couple years. I blocked for him in high school, and we didn't have the best line, but when you got somebody like that behind you that you can make a play, you give it a little bit more, and you communicate a little bit better with the guys around you, and it just comes together sometimes.
I'm gonna make a point where y'all are talking about like getting in there, recruiting and everything. I listened to Pry's presser today, and something he talked about was like, I went up and we visited Brights, Duke, and Harrison St. Germain, but we hit 2 or 3 other schools while we were up there. And the point was made was just because we don't have a guy coming here from there doesn't mean there's not somebody there. That's how you get those 3 stars where 9th grade, he kept mentioning 9th grade. You go in there and you see a kid popping in 9th grade. You immediately can make that relationship, right? You get to know mom. You're in Virginia. You get to know mom. You get to know dad, the barber, brother, uncle, his trainer, his coach, his teachers. And by his junior year, when he is ripping up fields, and you go and you're his first offer in the door, and other schools come knocking, the relationship's built. Could they break the bond? Yeah, they could. But at least you're attempting. You're attempting to build something. You're attempting to understand we're going to get in here, and when I don't know, I throw Lauren Johnson out there because we all know who he is. When Lauren Johnson has a ninth grader coming in, I want the first call when that kid starts popping. Hey, Brent, you need to drive down this weekend. I got somebody to show you. Click. Starts there. Right now we're ranked 30th. What's y'all's expectation next year? We're gonna probably be somewhere between 25 and 30, depending on who else we sign. Where should we be
next year?
Expectations for 2023 signing class. We're sitting here a year from now. We bringing y'all back on. Go ahead, book your calendar. I don't know what date it'll be. Book your calendar. We're gonna bring y'all on. We're gonna talk about signing day. Where do y'all think we should be next year?
19.
19. All right.
Give me 19. Top 20.
Jeremy?
Signing day.
2020.
Just sometime in December 2022, we're signing the class of 23. Where do you think we should be?
He's so lit right now. He is so lit right now.
I'm thinking.
He's lit to the motherfucker.
He's only begun to think.
If we're doing that, we're probably going to be around 30.
You're going to say 30 again. Okay.
I wanted to be optimistic, but no one's letting me be optimistic. But that's
okay. Hey, Talley's saying 19. Talley's being
hey, Talley said 19. You can go higher, man.
I was trying to go avenues.
Trying to be a realist.
Justify it to myself.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Listen, I'll take 22. I'll take 22. Give me about 8 4-stars. Give me about 13, 14 3-stars. That's where I want to be.
And that might get us higher depending on the year. Depending on the year, that's somewhere between 18 and 24 most years. So I think we could do like somewhere 18 to 20. If we pulled 18 to 20 in 2023, I'd be happy. That's probably a little optimistic for true year one. But I think we can make it happen. I think if they keep papering the state of Virginia like they have, we're going to be able to rebuild some of those relationships.
I've been doing a really good job.
I think that's the big thing that we need to do, and they're doing a good job so far. Obviously, 757 is important. 804 is more important than it was back when we used to recruit well. And you got to be able to really hit kind of all the angles from there as well. I mean, got to be good in DMV, got to be good in Nova, got to be good in Southwest Virginia in spots, got to be good in Southside in spots. You got to know where the talent is, and I think that's what we're going to see improved is a better understanding of the talent that the state of Virginia has and where we can win those battles.
Damn right.
Yeah, it was pretty much everything came down to the fact that we did not recruit the state of Virginia as much as we should have.
Nope.
For 6 years.
It's true.
Yeah.
We saw our
fucked
best
up. Man, in the end, we fucked up, and we're all learning. And we were at the turn of the century, we were the most well-funded fucking football program ever. And we're learning right now. That's where we fucked up. That's what killed me.
Put the drinks down.
Well, it's true, man, because 15 years ago we had the 4th highest paid coaching staff in the country. The 4th highest paid coaching staff in the country.
He's going along with what I'm saying.
No, me and you, Jeremy, you've touched this numerous times, usually slightly inebriated. We literally had it
ahead of even the SEC at the time, and we weren't. We didn't care.
It was like
I'm not going to talk about Jim Weaver and how Jim Weaver is terrible. I'm not going to do that because he's passed, and I'm not going to say anything about how he's terrible.
Curtis, just show him the Hokie Respect Cup again. Just showing the Hokie
I'm not
respect.
going to do that.
I'm not doing it
I am
because Jeremy will start turning shit over. All right, let me ask you this, guys. First of all, have we announced the spring game day yet? Have we got?
We're going to have a spring game. That's
we are going to have
amazing.
a spring game. We are having.
It will be televised on the ACC network as well, so we just don't have a date for it.
Oh,
Yes.
Money. That is.
excellent.
That's money.
Ooh.
What we were just talking about.
Yep, it's going to be on TV, and we're going to have one. And I want to know the date. It's one of those things I joked with Brian already. Like, we need to know this date ASAP so we can go ahead and put our hall passes in for that Saturday.
Yeah,
like,
I'm coming up there.
That Saturday.
I'm coming for the spring game.
So,
Yeah.
like,
Come
spring
on.
game.
I just
I
buy
tell
drinks
people,
for fucking everyone on spring game.
everybody,
There we go.
spring game. I'll tell any Hokie fan.
Half the time,
What is-
I don't actually make the spring game because I am passed out by the time it's spring game time.
We are shocked. We are not shocked. It's one of the funnest experiences I've ever been to. Because
Spring game's a good time because it's relaxed. Like you know you go, you still get all the fun of the tailgates. You get all the fun of that shit. You get to interact with players, but you don't have to there's no stress of the outcome.
Yeah.
And
It's pretty much all
it feels like a big party. It feels like a big party.
it is a big
That's pretty
old
much what
party.
it is. You go and it's just like, this might be our offense or maybe not. All right, well, I'll see you.
One of those guys is starting at quarterback. I don't know which one.
And you get on the field, and that's where we met Tap, was at Spring Game 2016. And he's literally, I kid you not, Tally, the coolest part is we met Luther Maddie, we met Daddy, all the Edmonds brothers. Everybody's so cordial. You get on the field, man, they'll chat with you, they'll take pictures, you want an autograph, they'll do anything. And me and him, we're rolling, and I caught out the corner of my eye, and I say, Brian, that's Daryl Tap. Brian peeks over my shoulder. He's like, oh, shit, that is Tap. He got his son on his back, passed out in a little light carrier. And I'm like, dude, it's Tap. We got to go walk and talk to him. And, dude, we went up to him, and, man, he took pictures with us. He chatted us up 4 or 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Oh, my God, it's fucking awesome. But so anybody out there listening, go to Spring Game. It's worth it. It's a great atmosphere. Go downtown, have drinks, go tailgating scene, have a great fucking time. Go to it. It's going to be on TV, so DVR it, so you can actually come back if you don't get too inebriated and figure
What's
out.
a DVR, man?
What?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, my Hulu, I got unlimited DVR, so I DVR shit. Let's end it here, y'all. We've been damn near going 2 hours. This has been a fucking blast. Before we get into the fun stuff, what's your expectation, Tally, for 2022?
Get me to a bowl game, man. Win 6 games, get me to a bowl game.
All right. Jeremy, expectation for 2022?
We'll go to a bowl game.
Bowl game. I want to have higher expectations, but I think what we've talked about here tonight, it's a lot of roster mismanagement. Now, don't get me wrong. If you talk to me in 6 weeks, if we've crushed that portal,
Right.
like
if Cameron Ward signs on to be a Hokie,
shit.
then I might change my tune here. I'm kind of with y'all on the bowl game. I think we might could get to 7 just because of how weak the schedule is next year.
Oh God!
But
Right.
but 7's kind of my ceiling in terms of expectations right now because of the roster. But like as Curtis was saying, if we get Cameron Ward, we get a couple other guys at wide receiver, we get a offensive lineman and a defensive lineman come in, I feel a little bit different, especially if those guys are higher caliber players.
We going to Charlotte if that happens. We going fucking Charlotte that
Get
shit.
the live
I saw we threw the offer out to Cameron Ward today, so that's good.
I know I want it to happen, but
Hey, listen, it can happen. It's a low potential, but it can happen.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna throw this one.
You're gonna miss it if you don't take the shot. So
It's true.
I'm glad we took the shot.
I'm gonna throw this one to you, Tally, because obviously we're all same age, and this is like those cool things. We all have those things. What's been your most memorable experience as a Hokie fan?
Man, probably my first game in Lane was 2016.
Okay.
Me and one of my homeboys, he's a Hokie fan as well. We went to college together. We came to the Miami game. I think it was a Thursday night game.
Yes, it was.
And we beat the shit out of them. You know, it was my first, time in lane, first game live. So that's probably my most memorable experience to this date so far.
All right.
My next one is going to be when I meet Jeremy.
Oh, Jeremy, what about you, man? Because you've been, close to basically, 17 years of going to games and shit? What's been your most memorable experience?
Honestly,
all of them, because you got a ton.
When Danny Cole caught the pass at that fucking Sugar Bowl, I was indignant as shit the entire time. The next day, that was the worst part. Was I had people coming up in New Orleans being like, "You won that game. You won that game." I was just like, "Yeah, I know we won that game." And then I puked my fucking ass off the entire way back home. I don't know if it was alcohol poisoning or the fact that I ate a lot of raw oysters. I don't know what to tell you.
Combination.
But I puked my ass off all the way from fucking New Orleans to fucking Blacksburg over that fucking Sugar Bowl. But you know what? I wouldn't trade it for fucking anything in the world.
Everybody,
fuck Michigan and fuck all of them. Fuck the Pac-12 refs. Danny Cole caught that pass. Fuck all y'all.
He did catch that pass. Not even a lie.
Yeah, everybody knows Danny Cole caught that ball. And regardless of whether you think he caught that ball, there wasn't enough to overturn the call in the field. So
nothing. As soon as that thing was called. Well, listen, Jeremy, Talley.
Oh, and by the way, it came out later that the Pac-12 refs. Oh, it went off to someone who was a Michigan fan later. Actually, a Michigan graduate who made the call on that one. And they got in trouble.
Yes, they did.
Our bowl game was decided by a Michigan fan.
They fucked us.
I'll eat their face.
They fucked us.
I'll welcome the day I see them.
The crown gonna come back out.
Oh, shit. Well, listen, Talley, Jeremy, this has been 2 hours of exactly what I thought it'd be. A lot of fucking fun, a lot of shenanigans, a lot of good talk. We really appreciate you guys joining us. And we will have you guys back again. Hopefully sometime between now and next December, but if not, circle this. Y'all will officially be our state of the program 2 hour, have some drinks, get to feeling good shindig.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
We appreciate being here, man. Thank y'all. It's been fun, man. I got to watch Jeremy get drunk because he's definitely drunk. I'm gonna pray for Emily because I know it's gonna be a rough night.
Jeremy's about to pull that Doc Holliday shit. I have not yet begun to defile myself.
He has not.
Right.
I love you, Talley.
Oh God. Well, that is gonna wrap up this episode of the Boundary Corner podcast with Jonathan Talley, with Dr. Jeremy Counts. I'm Curtis Wilson.
I'm Brian Siegler.
Visit our website, boundarycornerbt.com, to listen to all of our episodes. While you're there, don't forget to follow us on Twitter, Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube accounts, which in the future, our goal is we are going to attempt to get some film breakdown. Attempt. Keyword, there's Jeremy. Jesus Lord, that's scary. Subscribe to the podcast on your favorite podcast source, Amazon, Apple Music, or Spotify. We always let our buddy Jason Long, who lives down in the Roanoke Valley, play us in, play us out. We thank you for listening. And as always, y'all ready, boys? Let's go!
Hold peace. Empty dicks, full hearts.